Welcome to Bougie and Boring, a spa business podcast. I'm Amanda Luisa, a licensed skincare professional and spa owner. This podcast is all about creating a business that's both high-end and effortless. What I like to call bougie and boring, because the goal isn't chaos and overwhelm, it's simplicity and ease. I'll show you how to build a spa that runs smoothly, feels inspiring, and is so well structured, it practically runs itself. You'll learn how to create a business that's not just successful, but truly enjoyable to own. Let's get right into it. Welcome back, my friend, to Bougie and Boring, a spa podcast. We have talked about how to know when it's time to hire, how to find great estheticians or where to find them. But today, we're going to be covering something that is just as important as those things, and that is how to spot the red flags that signal a bad hire. So hiring the wrong person isn't just frustrating, it is expensive. A bad hire can lead to unhappy clients, team conflict, and so much wasted time training someone who ultimately just does not work out. So in this episode, I'm going to walk you through the biggest hiring red flags and how to spot them early so that you don't end up regretting your decision. I know that this is going to resonate with a lot of spa owners who maybe have been burned by some hires in the past, but you know that you still need to hire. You just don't know how to make sure that won't happen again. So, why does it happen in the first place? Why? How does this happen? Why does this happen? I would say that most of the time, this is something that I'm saying from personal experience, both from doing it myself and from hearing about it from other coaching clients of mine, is if you rush the process. Based off of these last few episodes that I have talked to you about, you want to start collecting resumes before you're ready, because you don't want to be in a position where you absolutely have to rush the process. I knew someone that got injured and she broke her arm. She literally could not work at all. And she had to find someone very, very quickly to be able to take over these clients for her, right? So that she could still continue to earn money. And she ended up rushing the process. And it all worked out, but it didn't need to be rushed or frantic. So we can still do this without the burnout or without the chaos, okay? So if you're desperate for help, and you hire the first person who applies, that could be a red flag. Okay? Or if you skip steps in the process, which I have definitely done because I thought, oh no, it's going to be fine. I know this person. Girl, you don't know that person. You have barely met them, and so don't skip steps like checking references or doing a test service, right? Don't ignore these red flags because you just need somebody and you are desperate for anybody. Hiring out of desperation leads to very costly mistakes. And if you don't have the time to do it the right way at first, you'll waste even more time fixing a bad hire later. Trust me, I have been there and it really, really sucks. Another thing that I really want you to think about, and you can't do this when you're rushing, but to trust your intuition, trust your gut, right? Ignoring your gut feelings, that is a red flag for me, right? If you feel something is off, but you just brush it aside, no, we don't want to do that. So maybe you've convinced yourself. I'm laughing. I'm probably going to be doing this, laughing to myself throughout this entire episode because this just resonates with me so much. And I really wanted to talk about this because this is the painful part of hiring, right? These are the mistakes that I have made that I don't want you to make because they are so painful. Oh my gosh, they're painful. They're awkward. Sometimes the police needs to get involved. It's just crazy. All right. It's just wild. So don't try to convince yourself maybe they'll improve with time, or you second guess yourself because they seem qualified. No, your intuition is powerful, and it's something you should not ignore. If something doesn't feel right, pay attention. You have made it successfully this far. So why are you doubting yourself when you are hiring someone who has not made it as far as you are right now? Or, I don't know if they have, maybe they have, but they're choosing not to continue it because they want to be an employee, right? So trust yourself, okay? Let's talk about the biggest red flags, all right? So the first one is poor communication. Just right off the bat, it's unprofessional or maybe unreliable responses, okay? So maybe they take forever to respond to emails or messages, or they use sloppy, unprofessional language in their emails. And also, if they cannot follow basic instructions in the application process, oh no, big red flag. I do not let that fly. I used to, and now I do not. And I really, really want you to learn from that mistake. Do not just ignore these things, okay? So what to do instead? You want to pay attention to how they communicate before the interview, okay? Ask yourself, if they're like this now, how will they be when they interact with clients, right? Because they're showing you their absolute best. And if this is their best, if unprofessional language and slow response times and inability to follow directions is their best, you deserve someone who can do those things and someone who has the self-discipline to learn how to do those things. Okay. So if they can't communicate professionally, they're not going to represent your spa very well. Okay. Another one, and this one's kind of hard to spot at first, but let's talk through it. If they do not have any initiative, so there's like no sense of urgency, there's a lack of interest or effort. Maybe they show up to the interview without researching your spa first, and you can tell. They don't ask any questions about the role, or they don't seem interested. And they're just passive during the conversation. That, to me, that's not going to get better. Remember, they're showing you their absolute best. And this is their absolute best? No. What you can do instead is ask, what do you know about our spa? Their answer will tell you so much. And look for people to show curiosity and that they're excited. They want to be excited to be working as an esthetician. A great esthetician wants to work at a spa like yours, not just any spa. They want to work at your spa. So look out for that. Another one is hopefully you have weeded this out by now, but it is, it can still come up, right? So a bad attitude, right? And this includes entitlement, negativity, resistance to feedback, stuff like that. I expect my team to be just as open to feedback as I am, right? So if they talk poorly about past employers or clients, big red flag. Another mistake that I made is I hired somebody who was talking poorly about almost every single job that she had in the past. And I thought, oh my gosh, this poor girl, she's been through so much. And now that she's no longer on my team, I'm like, wow, she's probably going to be doing the same thing about me and my business. So and she's not working. It was a mutual thing that she is no longer at my spa. So, just learn from my mistakes in this one, okay? If this person also acts like they're doing you a favor by applying, that's a hard no for me, right? We need people that are humble and appreciative and just so eager and excited to learn. And if they dismiss constructive feedback during the test service, that's going to tell you a lot. It's not just about their touch, right? It's about how do they respond when you say things like, oh, can you actually add more pressure? Or, hey, can you lighten up on your pressure? Or, please don't go around my eyes. I want my makeup to still be there when I'm done. Or don't mess up my hair. Whatever the thing is, if they don't provide, or if they don't react to the constructive feedback that you provided, that's cause for concern as well. So what can you do instead? You can ask about a time that they faced a challenge at work and see how they responded. You want to look for coachability, humility, and also professionalism, right? A bad attitude won't just affect you, it'll impact your entire team and the client experience, okay? So make sure to look out for these things. Your next step is to create a checklist of non-negotiables before your next interview. Pay attention to your gut. Do not ignore those red flags. And if you need help with hiring, please reach out to me. Book a discovery call. I can totally help you refine your process and make it unique to your spa. It's something I'm really passionate about, and I would love to help you do the same. So you can go to the link in the description, or you can also just go to amandaluisaconsulting.com and book a discovery call there as well. So I look forward to meeting you, and stay tuned for the next episode because we're going to talk about how to hire without feeling overwhelmed. It's a very common thing. I know I felt it because I just didn't know where to start. I've given you quite a few places to start now, and the next step is I'm going to share the step-by-step system to keep the process smooth and stress-free. So thanks for tuning in. I can't wait to talk to you in the next episode. Peace and love, my dear. Bye. If you found value in today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe or share with a spa owner friend. You can also leave a review on iTunes, and in the comments section, ask any question you want, and I'm so happy to answer it right here on the podcast. Ready for the next step? Schedule a free 30-minute discovery call to see how I can help you with your business. You can also head over to amandaluisaconsulting.com and grab a free resource. I've got so many good ones over there. Whether it's hiring, paying yourself more, overcoming burnout, I've got you covered with resources to help make your business bougie and boring. Peace and love, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.